bedroom, and then
might as well.
Hold on, I'm trying to do it on Instagram here. Hold on. There we go. Is it working there too? All right, I think it's working there too. I think. Yeah. What up?
What's going on? I see you made it safely back down to Texas.
Safely is a strong word, man. I got 4 flat tires, but I'm alive.
Did you actually get a flat?
No, heck no. I just bought 2 new tires because you can't afford 4. So I hope not to get a flat. But
see, that's why you quit buying the premium tires and you just get the cheapo depot tires. They're brand new. You can get all 4. They look nice, but they obviously don't last near as long. So
I don't do that. I went to Costco one time and bought a set of tires, and they were like, for 4 tires, they were like $1,700. But I got like 60,000 miles, 70,000 miles out of them. Like easy.
It's not terrible. So, my thing is like, dude, I have 3 trailers, and then you have 2 trucks, and then that's not even including like the mower tires and all that crap. It's like that's a lot of rubber, son. So I'm just like, you know what? We're just gonna survive is what we're doing.
You just need a discount tire membership or something. I saw on Instagram someone said we're live. Okay, thank you, Jacobs Creek Outdoors. Yeah, because I have my truck, I have my trailer which has 4 tires, and then I have my side by side which has 4 tires, and there's always something wrong with one of the tires. Yeah. If you get 12, something's wrong with one of them at all times. Like my side by side the other day was just 2 of the tires were like completely flat. I'm like, nice, sweet.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, what kind of brand of tire is this? And it's like an inflated one, is what it is. One that holds air. So
I just air them back up, and I say, it's the Lord's will.
Yeah,
I just let it rock. Sometimes you got to drive on a deflated tire, man.
You know, a couple nails in it. You know, as long as they're holding. If not, you throw a plug in it. It'll be fine. Especially those side-by-side tires. That's kind of what they're made for. Are they? See, I don't know. I don't own one. Are they kind of like lawnmower tires where you can't patch them? You just have to plug them?
So I think so, because I bought this side-by-side and it was used. And the front of the driver's side front tire was I didn't notice when I bought it, but I drove it a couple times and there was like a big, like somebody had patched or just plugged it and it was hanging out. And I was like, sweet, that's going to be a $200 tire, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I've been driving it on it. And of course that's the one that goes down and stuff, but it just is what it is. It's like one thing at a time. Lauren's got a bumper on our car that she like ran into some guy's bumper and got in a wreck, and she needs that fixed. So side-by-side tires are the least of my worries.
Dude, just little
air it up and keep driving.
Just kind of buff the bumper a little bit. It'll do.
Yeah, exactly. But no, we appreciate everybody kind of jumping on the lives. I know we weren't on last week. Last week was my birthday. My wife took me out, and then I had to go to Kansas City. So we kind of had a pretty short week, but we got some podcasting in at the end of last week. But we try to do these lives weekly, at least a few times a month, especially here in the off season. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. And kind of how they work is, as we're doing it, we'll obviously post the recap later on the YouTube and Apple and Spotify and stuff. But drop a comment, question, topic. We're not an expert of anything, but we'll talk about anything. So drop it in the comments, and that's how we're going to run these. We're also trying to do some guest episodes on the show, but that hasn't happened very much.
So you're basically asking them just to hang out.
Just hang out. Yep.
Just hang out, man.
Yep. Hunter Simmons 42 said, it's nice of you to join us, Jake. Hunter messaged me. He messaged me on the HA account and he said, are you going to be late to your own live? And I said, you can take that up to Jake. And he said, okay, I will.
Listen, I remember like 2 or 3 lives ago where you text me, you're like, hold on, I'm trying to get Leland down. So Just
I got a
saying.
kid. What's your excuse?
I don't, but then results late is tardiness. So
I still Lauren's not here right now. I'm actually babysitting while we do this. So I'm multitasking.
man,
This is big dog stuff. So what's
coming.
what's new? What's new with you on the? Have you got over and pulled your cell cam yet?
No, no, not yet. I mean, we've been together for basically all weekend, so I haven't really got much time to do anything. But I will say, after this weekend, talking to everybody, it did kind of get the juices flowing again for deer season. So kind of excited. Granted, too early to get excited, but I do need to get over there as soon as time allows and grab that and kind of walk around, maybe pick up a shed or two.
Well, while you were in the bathroom, Jordan was showing me a buck that he has on camera. And
Down there.
yeah,
Good
yeah,
one.
that's an understatement.
Oh,
Understand? You should have saw it. I mean, I know he left while you were in the bathroom, but yeah. Bigger than, I'd say there's only 1 or 2 bucks we've ever got on camera bigger than that.
like you talking down or just like
No, around town, down and around town. Yeah,
Gotcha.
that kind of thing. So,
Huh. Good thing I know what he drives. That way, if he drives the Cobra out there, hey.
well, he was talking about triangulating and running some cameras and trying to get on and kill the deer. I was like, well, count me in.
Staring at a pile of Tacticams right here. So,
No, exactly. Okay, we've got a few coming on Instagram here. Caleb Williams said, "Are y'all putting in for MCAP this year?"
that's probably all we'll be doing is just putting in. I mean, Christian's holding us down like a freaking dead weight over there with like 1.5 points.
Yeah, I'd welcome it.
Yeah.
You go draw it yourself, man. You won't get to take my MCAP knowledge. There's not much of it. What can you learn in 2 days? But
Dude, I can have all the knowledge in the world, and the thing is I can be right in front of the biggest deer on the property, and it's still probably not going to happen.
with a recurve,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mean recurves. Granted, you got to shoot them to, I guess, be good at them. I don't even have a recurve, so that's also probably part of the problem too. It's like I want to be that guy out there unboxing it and trying to string it up right in the MCAP parking lot.
hey, you still got a better shot at a 200 doing that than you do anywhere else we're hunting. So it's still worth it.
That is true.
I want one at the base of my tree. That way I can shoot down on it and just freaking spot him and then get down and finish him.
How many points do you have?
2 or 3. Last time I drew it was 2023. So
How many points did you have when you drew the first time? Granted, I know you put it in solo.
I think 6.
6, really? Okay, so
but I've heard people draw, but it's a bonus point system. So I've heard people draw like 3 times in 5 years as a group.
yeah, but with the group.
Yeah, with a group. So I mean, and it's bonus points. So all of our names in there give us a better chance. So
if one person gets drawn, the whole group gets drawn, or
I believe that's how it works. Yeah. Yeah. So
interesting.
That's worth something. Jordan said, speak of the freaking devil, dude. It's like Beetlejuice. You say his name and he appears. What's up, Jordan? How's it going? Luca Chance 17 said, any plans for TAC this year? What are your must-haves? What would you do differently now to prepare?
What you got?
I'm going to TAC this year. I'll shoot Friday and Saturday at the Oklahoma TAC. I don't know if I'll go to the San Antonio one. Me and Mason are actually going to go to the Oklahoma one. No one else wanted to go. So, what are your must-haves? Bow and about 2 dozen arrows. That's really about all you need. I'd say good hiking boots too, because the Oklahoma one's down in Broken Bow, so there's like some, not that it's raunchy terrain, but it can rain down there and it gets so muddy when it rains. So I'd say get a set of boots, maybe some rain gear because it is in April, and then a lot of arrows. And then honestly, one of the things I'd like to do is I'd like to bring some extra money for the novelty shoots. If I can shoot 120 yards, I would like to shoot at the Caribou or whatever it was they've done the last couple of years.
I wonder what that's up to now. Probably like what, $15-20 an arrow.
It's expensive. It's really expensive.
I just to kind of add on, rain gear, huge. Wear some good boots. Don't wear freaking muck boots or rubber boots, something like that. You'll absolutely regret it. But um, maybe bring a backup release too, because there was first year we ever went down there. My release, granted, that release did its due diligence. I probably had that release was probably 7, 8 years old. So, but I actually had one snap on me, and then luckily I think you had a backup. So
The one that snapped on you was also my old release.
yeah, so it was your backup. So I used your backup's backup.
Your
at
backup's
the end of the
backup.
day.
Yeah, always bring an extra release. What would you do differently? Yeah, that's it though. I would bring more arrows because it's not fun when you lose, when you only bring 6 or 7 arrows and you're like, okay, cool, I got one left and there's 10 targets left and you're down to 2. You can lose 5 or 6 in one course. And that typically happens to me where I miss a target and then against my better judgment decide to try to shoot it again and then I miss it again. I'm like, let's keep it moving. That sort of situation.
And if you've never been, just to kind of like go over the basic needs as well, like you covered rain gear, we covered another release, a lot of arrows, but good boots. Bring like a bottle of water or some sort of water container of some sort as well, just because they'll have like little fill stations for your water bottles, and you tend to run out the further you go into it. If it's like a long course, like 25 targets or something like that, sometimes those water stations are gapped pretty good, and it ain't the end of the world, but sometimes it gets pretty, cotton mouthy.
But when a lot of people are shooting too that are in front of you, sometimes you can be waiting for a lot of minutes to shoot each one of the targets. And it's nice to have a snack or something to drink. You don't want to go 3, 4 hours walking around with no water.
You almost can't take it too seriously either. Like if you try to go like and have a legitimate competition, because every now and then we'll play for like stakes, whether that's punishment or a few dollars here and there. And if you take it too seriously, that's usually when you don't hit foam at all. At least for me.
Foam is home.
Yeah.
That's attack. Hunter Simmons said, if no one is illegal on stolen land, can I hunt anywhere?
What's that about?
I just saw a snippet of it on Facebook, but I think it was Billie Eilish, the singer, which by the way, she's like a super good singer. She basically got up at the Grammys and said F ICE, like no one's illegal on stolen land. And then the tribe that her $14 million mansion on is the land it sits on in California was like, awesome, we'll take our land back. But there's a lot of people saying like, if all land is stolen and I'm not illegal, can I hunt wherever I want? I guess so, Hunter.
I mean, I'm technically Cherokee, so I'm good with, if we want to take back stolen land, as long as I get a good chunk of it, great. If not, leave it alone.
It depends how it benefits.
Me.
Depends how it benefits me.
Yes.
Zach Kajowski said, "What's up, fellas? Well, what's the shed count up to, Christian?" Zach, so since the ice storm, we had the ice storm, and then I went to Kansas City for a few days. So I haven't been shed hunting since the last time I went. So my count's still at 7, but I have been looking at the weather, and I think I might be able to get out after church on Sunday or something this week. So I've really been trying to wait until most of the bucks have shed, but I haven't found a single buck down here on trail camera that is missing even one side, which is kind of discouraging. So I know I'm going out and I'm looking for only oldies at this point, and I want to look for freshies. So they're starting to drop a bunch in Oklahoma. I've had several people send me pictures of one side or a shed buck, but I'm still at 7. I'm gonna have to pick it up on the back end.
Jordan was showing us pictures. It was either Jordan or Justin showing us pictures of them already getting dropped. At least here for Oklahoma. I don't know if it's different in Texas.
Yeah, it's definitely later down here. So I'm still at 7. So we're trying, Zach. Caleb Williams said, I've got 2 points. I need someone with points for a group. Yeah, exactly. You need someone with more points than you is what you're saying, Caleb. I get it. That's what I'm doing. It's not working for me this time. I've been trying. Rob Fisher said, hey guys from upstate New York. What's up, brother?
Aaron Cordy said, you boys see everyone's favorite poacher CJ is back online being his normal delightful self. Have you noticed that?
Have you seen it?
No, what's he saying?
I Gabe had sent me a couple of them, so like I haven't seen the actual posts, but I guess he's in the Facebook comments, like commenting on people's stuff saying, "Yeah, I lost a buck, but I'm gonna have a replica at it from my house, and I'm never gonna like. It's always gonna be my buck. You'll always call it the Alexander buck, or just stuff like that." And I'm like, "Hey,"
So he's basically like dying on that hill.
like kind of leaning into it a little more,
Yeah.
but it's just kind of a weird thing to lean into. I just don't
I
think it's
mean,
something you want to lean into.
it's the same. It's I haven't read it. Now I'm gonna read it, but just the way you're explaining it, it's the same vibes of like that dude who always likes to fight, like whenever he's drunk or at a bar or something like that. That's what it reminds me of. I was like, I ain't gonna apologize for nothing kind of ordeal.
Being his normal delightful self. I mean,
So basically he has no shame. No shame, no remorse, no nothing. It's like, all right, let's find him again just for the hell of it then.
I don't know. There was a time. There was a time. That's funny. Right after when he got out of when he went to like that rehab program or whatever, and he was seeming like pretty remorseful about it. Like, hey, I can't blame anybody but myself, and taking pretty good accountability. Like, it's kind of old news, so who cares? But it is funny. Like, I don't keep up with it, but it is funny to see. Like, yeah,
Maybe if you play the angel on the shoulder too, or maybe it's the devil, I don't know. It would get pretty old anything you ever post because if you like to hunt, like you're going to be in some forums and something. If you even comment on anything, you're going to get scrutinized to the max. Where it's just probably like, all right, leave me alone. Like F it.
I think his is a little different than that. But what's funny about that is like I just create a new page. I would just be someone different. Like if I wanted to participate in social media, you know what I mean? I'd be TJ Alexander. I wouldn't be CJ
Mm,
anymore. That is funny, Aaron. Though it's funny you bring that up. Um, Hunter Simmons on Instagram said, "I have 9 points. They are all on my wall." Nice. And he said, "CJ is a typical crossbow hunter." Hunter, watch out, dude. God might humble us. He might take our shoulders away, and we might have to join the group. Beware. Here's one for you.
Zach says, I've been told there are a few in OK and some say in Central Texas. I'm over here really wanting to go. Oh, he's talking about sheds.
I think you should go. Honestly, though, the old ones are the easiest to find too. They're white as snow. They stick out like a sore thumb. It's a great time to go. I just don't think you're gonna find much for fresh, which is kind of to me, it's kind of the whole reason you go. But
The whole
I don't
reason
know.
he goes to find deadheads. That way, you know
Right.
fully exactly what they're going to be the next year. Like you don't have to think about width or anything like that. It's just like, hey, this deer is going to be a giant next year.
Yeah, you think he'll be a good one next year? Yeah, I've never really found many deadheads. I don't think I've ever found a good one, like a good deadhead. I've found a bunch of dinks. Like I found a
Mhm.
6 point the other day, deadhead, but I've wanted to stumble upon, 150-inch deadhead, and you're like, "Oh, nice." Because the thing is, he's already dead. Who cares at that point? Might as well take it home.
Justin found a deadhead last year while he was hunting. Still had hide on it. So what's that say?
Yeah.
It was a good one too.
Mason found one while he was cutting hay a couple months back, and it was on his porch when I came and stayed at his house, and it was probably a low 130s 8 point. It was a good deer.
Huh.
He said he almost ran it over the tractor.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty common theme.
Uh-huh. Never happened to me. So different Hunter Alsip said, "I found one in Ohio Saturday and about 12 inches of snow. That must have been a Boone and Crockett shed then if it was sticking up out of 12 inches of snow." We don't have that problem.
There you go.
Trent Menson said, "Hey Christian, have you heard anything about Oklahoma Senate Bill 2114? It has to deal with hound hunting, coons, coyotes, hogs, etc." I have not heard anything about that. I can look right quick. Oklahoma Senate Bill 2114.
2114.
Oklahoma. Let's see what that's all about. Bill 2114. I wonder what they're trying to change on it. So it's authored by Senator Guthrie, aims to regulate dogs harassing wildlife on private property, authorizes law enforcement to intervene, including potential dog impoundment when pets harass wildlife on land without permission, while establishing penalties for owners. The bill was referred to the committee in February 25th.
Absolutely. In Oklahoma, that's big. And especially, well, I guess this was your question. I'll let you go.
No, I'm still reading it. Go ahead.
Well, if it's what I think it is, then it's like, depending on where you're at in Oklahoma, that would be a big help, because here in Northeast Oklahoma, as we talked about with Dallas Barber and with many other guests, it's like land is segmented into 20, 40 acre chunks. And it's like you get someone get permission to coon hunt or coyote hunt or whatever on, the neighboring property that's like maybe 15 acres. And they're, how are you going to control your dogs trying to run and do all that stuff on just 15 acres? And then the next section, like, the long story short, they're going to get on your property. And so with this, it's like every excuse that anyone ever says when it comes to dogs is, oh, well, I was trying to get on them. Okay, well, that gives you sole purpose to just walk through this property, no permission, no nothing, just to get your dogs back for the umpteenth time this year. And it's like, cool. Like there needs to be some repercussion on that.
Yeah, like impounding them or something. I don't know. The dog thing would, you kind of hang in one hand. You're like, hey, it's life, whatever. But I think there's so many people that are disrespectful or just don't care about their dogs. Like a guy I was talking to from Oklahoma at our MLG agent conference, he was saying he has 20 acres and he's like, it's actually pretty good deer hunting. But he said that he's like, I cannot hunt it because the guy next door is a dog pound. Like he basically grabs every dog and brings it to his house, and then they get pregnant with puppies, and then there's 9 puppies. And he said they just run all over his place. He said the only trail cam pics he gets of deer are them being ran by dogs. Mm-hmm. And if I saved up, it's kind of like being respectful of other people's stuff. If I saved up a bunch of money and to buy like a recreational property and for deer hunting, and somebody's dogs were running them all over the place, that would really suck. And you don't want to be the person that's killing people's dogs either. But you're like, well, what am I to do? Just decide that a $400,000 piece of property is worth nothing now because dogs,
I mean, I'm not for it, the shoot and shovel method on the dogs, but I'm not against it either. Yeah.
It depends on your situation.
I mean, yeah, because if it just happens, very seldomly, it's like, all right, man, I get it. No worries. Like crap happens. They're dogs, right? I mean, because like I live here in town and like my dogs get out of the fence sometimes, neighbors come knocking. That happens very, very seldomly, right? But if it was an everyday occurrence, it's like, dude, fix this, or it becomes everybody's problem.
Well, one of the things that this guy was telling me is he said a rule that he has about people's dogs is like, you'll never get rid of a dog that has a collar, right? That's somebody's pet. But when dogs aren't running around with collars and stuff, it's like, this dog's probably not being taken care of anyways. Maybe a sensitive talk. Maybe someone's got their dog shot, but I don't know. That would really upset me if it was my piece. So that would suck. But I don't know anything about the Senate bill. From what I read, it doesn't have anything to do with the hunting with dogs. It has to do with like the harassing of wildlife. Here's one. Justin Schaffler said, what's going on, guys? My boy John and I are watching. He was wondering if you all will do any coyote hunting. Jacoby, any coyote hunting for you this year?
It'd be fun. I think if I go hunting, it needs to be for hogs. Other than that, like, I don't know if you're down or Peyton's down, or I don't know if Peyton would be down for that. But like if there was some sort of coyote tournament or something, that'd be fun. But for the most part, probably not.
We did do a coyote tournament. Was it last year? Yeah, it would have been last February. Not this year.
No, it's like 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did a coyote tournament, and it was pretty fun. It was like a 4-person. Jake and I just filmed. We didn't participate, but they shot 3 dogs, shot at some more dogs. It was fun. Coyote hunting is one of those things that I really would like to get into, but it's an access issue. Like I don't have, when you're coyote hunting, you want to have a lot of acres you can run from stand to stand to stand to stand to different properties. If you're calling, a few times. If I was to go coyote hunting, I'd go out on one piece, and if they didn't come in, I would go home. Like that would be it, So
basically like deer hunting. Nice.
No, pretty much, yeah. 100%. And then the stuff down here in Texas that I have, like one of them's basically in city limits, and then the other one is pretty much right on another dude's fence line. So I don't know. It's not like I have a bunch of wide open places, but it would be fun, like in Western Oklahoma, to go out on 3, 4, 5,000 acres and just coyote hunt. But just not the sitch that we're in, sadly.
They are fun to shoot though. Like I would rank them up
Really
there
fun.
pretty highly, at least for the animals, and I guess you'd classify them as like varmints that we have. They're I think they're above hogs.
Oh, for fun to shoot?
Yeah,
I don't know. I like shooting hogs a lot.
that's tough. That's tough.
Not
I
with a,
like shooting
not with
hogs
a gun.
too, but it just seems like, granted, I never shot at coyote with my bow, but I've never successfully hit one. But like hogs and stuff, dude, if you don't have a gun, they just run away with my arrow every single time. So I'm just like, well,
I've shot several coyotes with my bow. It's awesome.
yeah, I remember that one on public you shot at.
Oh, I didn't shoot at. He's done. Which one are you talking about?
I think
You
it's in
talking about now?
Kansas.
Oh no, I shot one over at KAW
Oh,
with
Caw?
Peyton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't care to name drop that sucker.
I destroyed that thing. I like shooting them. I think they're fun to shoot. Hogs are fun too, though.
Josh Fire, favorite all-time wild game meat? Go. I feel like this gets covered about every live. It's fun to talk about though.
Uh
For the sake of the question, do your top three first to worst.
oh, bear is not even in my top 10, and I haven't even had 10 wild game meats. It would be below. It would be 11.
No, I said three.
No, I know. I'm
Oh,
taking bear out of the running for forever. Do not like
okay.
bear meat. It would probably go elk. It's just the best. And also the steaks are like the backstrap steaks are like really thick and like there's a bunch of meat to them. And you don't feel like if you cube a deer backstrap into like 4 big steaks, you're like, oh, you only get a few steaks. You got to cut it kind of thinner. With elk, you're like, I got 8 out of this one backstrap.
Would
So
you
that's
put beef steaks over elk steaks?
like a really good marbling, like something with good, like the only thing that I don't like about wild game meat, especially on the steak side, is like there's not a fat cap to it, or that people usually don't keep the fat cap on there. And to me, rendering the fat and then cooking it in the
That's
fat
the
is
best part.
kind of the best part. And like Lauren hates the fat, so she just immediately cuts it off the steak, and I'm like, let's go, give me that. Give me that.
Yeah.
I think it's the best part. So that kind of stinks. But no, I definitely put like a really good beef steak over over an elk probably. But then it'd be elk, deer, and then I don't even know another one that I really like besides that. Hog, not crazy about it. Antelope, don't really remember. Bear, I do not like at all.
So what about like rabbits or squirrels or anything? Are those on the list or no?
Man, honestly, I'd probably do. Is Sitka blacktail deer different than a deer? A regular whitetail deer?
You could say, yeah, absolutely, because the
Okay.
vegetation type is completely different.
So I thought that Sitka tasted really good. The one that we ate at camp, I was
I would
super
like
hungry.
to have it in controlled settings because there you could have fed me a
Oh, dude, he didn't say meat. He said meal.
oh, that
I didn't
helps.
notice that. Now we've been rambling for like 4 minutes about the wrong thing. He said I meant overall meal. Okay, overall meal.
Oh, well, heck, he also said, "Sorry, didn't know y'all filled that question." No need to apologize there. It's just funny on the coincidences and stuff. But okay, then what do you got?
Meal. Mm. To be honest, I'm pretty basic because I think my favorite thing to eat wild game wise is a cast iron skillet, like salt and pepper, 3-minute on each side sear of like a backstrap steak. I usually like butter based beef steaks, but on backstrap, I just like salt, pepper, sear, take it off. And then probably with it, like to round out the meal, I love like a Caesar salad and then like either like a baked sweet potato or something like that. What?
You threw greens into the mix and it just not ruined the whole dang thing.
Oh, dude, no,
Crazy.
I'm talking like a Caesar salad with like shredded cheese and ranch. Like this is
Oh, okay. So
real salad.
it's like a ranch soup.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
It's ranch
cool.
with a side of leaf. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
I think you hit it pretty good there, but Josh for sure nailed it on the head. Chicken fried deer, dude. you make chicken fried anything, and it is thebomb.com. I
You like it
thoroughly
chicken
enjoy
fried?
that. Yeah, you do that with like mashed potatoes and gravy, and get like the 4 cheese little instant potatoes or whatever. Cook that with some like that like white gravy. I know you can kind of make it in the juices from the pan and stuff, but like you said, deer's pretty lean, so there's not much really fat to go around there. But we usually just make it with like white gravy and pour a boatload of gravy all over it. So I
I
think that
think
would
the
be
best.
my number one.
I think one of the best like venison sears that I've ever had. Maybe biased because it was cold and it was wet. But when we were in Kodiak and we had the 3 cheese instant mashed potatoes that Landon cooked, we had the fried backstrap like cut up on the island with a freaking knife, like a pocket knife, and then we had syrup on it. Dude, that was
Mhm.
next level. That was
That was pretty good.
never has a $1 bag of instant potatoes tasted so freaking good. I was like, "Oh my god, are we at Red Lobster? This is so good." It was delicious.
uh, yeah, yeah. I just can't confidently say that I remember the taste it was, because we were also at the time dipping like that meat in crunchy peanut butter as well, and just kind of like trying to spice it up at that point.
I remember it very thoroughly. I remember because my feet hurt so bad from hiking off the mountain in the alders and stuff. And like, do you remember we got about 200 yards from camp, and I took a step in that beaver hole, and I went up to my hip, and I'm like, help, help.
Oh, I do remember that. I stepped in one of those after I blew a stock, and it wasn't fun. But you know, shoes
What was,
dry out in like 3 days down there, so it's fine.
what was scary about it is I had my blacktail, like the meat and everything loaded down. And so when I stepped in the hole, I'm like, I'm gonna keep sinking, and I couldn't get my backpack off. I'm like, oh no, this is where I die. This is where it happened.
Cartoons are right.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I got one more on Instagram that relates to this. Hunter Simmons said, I know this MF didn't say instant mashed potatoes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we
Dude,
did. You've never been hurting, Hunter. You never been hurting bad.
that's not even hurting. We cook those almost on the daily here.
I know, but they taste so much better when you don't have anything else.
So okay, so it's either instant mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes. I have really learned to love sweet potatoes.
So one of the things that Lauren does with sweet potatoes is she'll like drizzle just a little bit of syrup on them.
Hmm.
It's good.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
everything's good with syrup.
So there's that, and then if you get some like it's probably the healthiest option, but if you get the garlic parmesan like chicken wing sauce, kind of
Uh-huh.
drizzle a little bit over that too. Oof,
Oh yeah.
dude, it's so good.
Luca said Kinder's buttery steakhouse seasoning is pretty good on venison steak. I've never had that, but I've had I'll tell you one of my favorites. The Kinder's barbecue sauces are, you can get them at Academy. I'll go to Academy just to get those. Those are legit.
So how do you let's say you're making a elk backstrap steak. What do you
Yeah.
season it with?
Salt, pepper.
Salt, pepper, that's it?
Yeah. So I have some wild game seasonings that have like garlic and other stuff in it. I just think I think like a venison backstrap or an elk backstrap is so perfect on its own. I don't think you have to do anything to it. I mean, it just needs to be heated up. And I eat it rare, very rare. So I salt, pepper, sear. And that's what I love about it too, the simplicity of how fast you can cook it and just be eating. Like you can be eating in 7 minutes and it's delicious. So I don't season it like that. I know some people do, but I don't think I think it takes away from it. I don't think it makes it better when you
It
season
depends how many days in a row you eat it. Okay, because like if you make elk tacos one night, then the very next night you're like cooking elk backstrap, and then like after that you have something else. Something that's like been hitting for me at least is like just dump Lowry's on it.
Yeah, Lowry's is good. Yeah.
Hmm.
But Lowry's isn't a bunch. I don't think Lowry's has a bunch of different stuff in it. I think it's like 3 or 4 things.
It's basically salt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good though. Um okay, we got to Deer Slayer said, "What's up, guys? I finally made it to a live stream." Yeah, man. Thanks for showing up. I like your profile picture. It goes
Oh
perfect
man,
with Deer Slayer. Big old buck. Looks like a velvet buck too. Jordan said, "I'm getting hungry over here now. Sweet potatoes and chicken fry. Heck yes." I'll let you, dude. Jordan, we'll let you cook that at deer camp if you'd like. You can do it.
Oh,
We'll allow it.
deer camp and just dip it in some syrup. Mm-mm-mm.
So that's funny. When you were in the bathroom and we were leaving, or Jordan was leaving, he was like, "We need to set up one of these live podcasts around the fire at deer camp." And he said they're going to have the same RV, so we could like set up a couple lights and literally just be around the fire, have a bunch of these stands and mics. Be pretty legit.
That would be cool.
Little deer camp live. We're doing it. Rob Fisher said, "Do you guys spring bear hunt or bird hunt? I'll be bow hunting them in the spring this year."
Do we spring bird hunt?
Bird hunt, yeah. You turkey hunt at all in the spring?
Oh, no, because I didn't understand your question. That's probably how you know I don't turkey hunt. I was like,
Bird.
dude, what
Quail
waterfowl are you
season?
shooting in the spring?
Do the ducks have a season in the spring?
No, I mean, the general take on turkey is like if it is a given, like it's a layup, I will gladly shoot one. But if I have to work for it and like specifically go on public land and work for it, then it's probably not going to happen. Like I will gladly shoot one. It's just opportunity based. Like I've killed one turkey in my whole life, shot at a few, but mainly with the bow. But like, yeah, I killed one and like I'm pretty content. It's nothing I would like desire to do unless it's one of those weird color ones like the Osceola or there's one other one.
The oscillated one.
Yeah.
There's some cool turkeys out there. I have turkey hunted probably more than I care to. I've been turkey hunting and I've killed birds in Oklahoma and Texas, but I've been in Mississippi, I've been in South Dakota, been in Wyoming. So I've been bird hunting quite a bit. But it's super cool. It's like, to me, it's kind of like shed hunting though. It's a means to an end. It's like I want to kind of go be in the woods, look for more deer hunting spots, and I'll bring my turkey gun. That's kind of how, like, if I started finding sheds in a thing of trees, I would just set my gun down and keep looking for sheds. Like I wouldn't keep turkey hunting. You know, that's the kind of it doesn't. It's really cool, but it doesn't keep my interest like a big game animal does. So they're
Would
cool.
Would you rather shoot? Let's go a little wild here. Would you rather shoot like a 12-inch beard and it even have a double beard of like the other one's like 6 inches, or would you rather shoot a 140-inch whitetail on public?
That's not a hard question. Dude, I would rather shoot a 140-inch whitetail.
Okay.
You could say the turkey's beard is like a fruit roll up. You have to roll it up. It's so big. You know, it could be 40 inches long. Okay. You know what I mean? All right. You feel the same way. I know you do.
I mean, if it was that long, if it was like ridiculously long, yeah, I'd probably take that. But
if they said you can shoot a world record deer, or sorry, a world record turkey, 6 beards, or a 150-inch buck, which one would you shoot?
Probably the 150-inch buck.
My point exactly.
I mean, that'd be like holding a record for something that you don't really care about. It's like me.
Yeah, it'd be like to me, it'd be like hey, you have the lake record for the panfish, and it's like cool, but it's still perch. You know, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of look at turkey hunting like perch fishing. Like this is super cool, but I don't have to.
Speaking of fishing, Wade Fisher says crappie season over turkey season.
I would agree, man. I think spring is for fishing.
Mm-hmm.
I think spring's for sand bass fishing, for crappie fishing, and for spawning bass. That's what spring's for.
I do want to try to fish a little bit more this summer. I don't know if it'll actually happen or not, because the last couple summers it has not. But dude, there's just something about just that, and then you just ripping lips.
What a line.
Josh Fire, everything tastes better in the backcountry. Wet, tired, hungry. I make a breakfast sausage, deer, and pure elk ground meatloaf recipe. I've darn near perfected it, and I smoke it. That's top 3 for me.
Oh, that sounds good.
I can hammer really meatloaf, dude, and especially if you like get that Whataburger spicy ketchup on the meatloaf.
Yeah,
dude.
Everything tastes better in the backcountry is right. I would just say everything tastes better hunting. Like I'll go to a gas station. I'm like, is this a Michelin 5-star restaurant? This is incredible.
So it probably won't happen in the near future, but something I would like to do, and I think it'd be extremely fun, is we go in the backcountry and like backpack, except we're fishing those streams for trout, and we just spend like 5 days there doing that.
So I'll give you I'll one up you on that. I think a spring bear hunt. Perfect time of the year. It's beautiful. You get into the backcountry. You can bring your fishing pole. Who cares if you kill a bear, right? If you see a good place to fish, just stop and fish. And then you're just looking for elk and mule deer.
All right, I'm in.
Right? I mean, it's kind of an excuse. So
Write the check. I'm in.
You're kind of starting to see the way that I think about everything, which is like, oh, does it get me closer to killing an elk or a big game animal? If not, no. So, pretty simple guy. There's a couple on Instagram. Hunter Simmons said, "You're making my big back hungry." And Lucas said, "I'll have to try it out." Thanks. You bet. You bet. Okay. Here we go. Justin Schoffer said, "What is the latest piece of gear that you purchased, and what do you always make sure you have when entering the woods?" Trick question. Jake's cheap. He never buys anything. Did you not hear the story about him using 2 of my releases in a row?
I can be a good
Latest
release.
piece of gear you
I have
purchased.
no clue where it's at. Oh, it's actually on my boat for once. Best piece of gear.
Latest piece of gear.
Latest piece of gear. I'll probably say, man, I don't know. The most beneficial piece I'm going to say is that puffy jacket. So there's a puffy jacket that,
It's called the Cascade.
yes, but there's another one. I don't think it's, yeah. Anyways, yeah, the Cascade puffy. We took that thing to Kodiak and we took it to Alberta, and I've worn it, just whitetail hunting here in Oklahoma, which it doesn't really get cold. At least it doesn't while season's here. It does, I guess, in February, but not during the rut or anything. And that thing is my go-to. Like, it's almost like it's temperature regulated. It probably isn't, but it feels like it, because when you walk to your stand, or you're like you're walking up through the alders or whatever it is, it's like, okay, this kind of regulates it where it keeps me, it blocks the wind, but it also doesn't get too hot. And I'm doing a horrible job of explaining it, but like, just the puffy jackets, I think, are my new thing.
I like the puffy, and that's a good piece of gear. I'm trying to think. So, what do you always make sure to have when you're in the woods? One of the things, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but I won't go to the woods without a backup release. I always have one, and it paid off in Kodiak because I lost my release in my own pocket. That's a story for another time. But I knew exactly where my backup release was, which was in my bino harness. I whipped it out and just kept going. So I would say a backup release. In terms of like deer hunting stuff, I won't go in the woods without a grunt tube. Not that I use it all the time, but I like having at least one card to play if a buck's walking away. And rattling horns aren't practical to bring into the woods all the time, and I don't like the bag. And so a grunt tube is definitely something I'll always bring to the woods. Latest piece of gear I purchased. Trying to think what's new that I've purchased recently. A bow. I got a bow last fall, but Lift X, that thing's freaking sweet. But the latest piece of gear I bought, it actually was a release. I bought a new index finger release. Like, 3 months ago.
Index.
Yeah. I bought a Stan index finger release, and my other one was pretty done. So I think I got that around Christmas.
Nice. So. You are, not to nag on you, but you are pretty bad about dropping things when you're hunting, or like in the stock or something like that. And I just find it amusing because dude, in Kodiak, I was sitting up on top kind of by double nipple while you were trying to loop around on that buck. And next time I see you, I'm lucky you have underwear on at this point, because everything, your bino harness, like, dude, you're probably not even your quiver.
Reason though.
Yeah.
I was sliding down the mountain, and all this stuff was hanging up on me. Like, had my binos on, and I'm sliding down, and they're catching on the moss, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. So I take them off, I throw them off. The gun on my hip is catching in the moss. I'm like, that's not gonna work. I take it off. I was just like stripping everything off, and by the time I'm chasing the deer, it's just the bow and me, and then I don't have any of my crap. I literally took the rangefinder off of my bino harness. I don't need my binos anymore. I put the rangefinder tab, like the little thing that you can unclip. I put that in my mouth and just took off with my bow, and I'm like, lean and mean, baby. Hey,
I mean, we were in Boise City hunting pronghorn one time, and you set your quiver
Quiver.
down, and you
Yep.
about lose 6 arrows there. You lost 6 arrows in Alberta. That was a little bit different because the brush kind of caught it. I'm trying to think something else. There's been multiple times where like you were 10, 15 yards away from your bino harness when you need it and stuff like that.
Yeah, but this is why I always have a backup release and crap. Is because I know this is me. I lose stuff, so and it's the most frustrating thing ever when you lose something and you don't have another one. So I'll have like 2 of everything.
Uh,
It happens. Happens to the best of us.
dude, I want to go back to Kodiak so bad. Like, I like that place.
It's gonna happen.
I know.
We're gonna go back to the yak. I'll tell you what though, you've been selling it to Jake Harrison. It hasn't been working.
It hasn't been working.
I don't think so. You told me you haven't got nothing out of it.
I mean, no, I don't think. I mean, he's too dead set on. I think the
big stuff.
the more desirable hunts.
The big stuff.
But I don't blame him. Deer Slayer says, "What do you guys think tastes the best, fried duck or turkey?"
I don't know if I've ever had duck fried.
So this might be a horrible thing, but this is about the only time I've ever had both. My uncle makes it during Thanksgiving, and he calls it turducken, and it's a turkey, and then inside the turkey is a duck or a chicken, and then inside the chicken's a duck. And he I don't know if he smokes it, bakes it, whatever he does, but basically it's all of that mixed in one. And then you can kind of tell like which meat's which just from like the color of it and stuff. But I would probably say I would like duck a little bit better, just because for some reason the wild turkey, it just kind of tastes a little bit weird to me. And maybe just
Really?
because I'm so used to ultra processed turkey. Who knows?
Do you eat a lot of turkey like sandwich meat?
Yeah, but like it's usually, like some sort
Honey.
of flavored turkey. Yeah.
I never had fried duck. I will tell you, I had on New Year's. I don't know what it is, but it was called Peking duck. I don't know what that means.
It's
it was kind of
duck, I think. It's like pecking, Pekking.
maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it's a type of duck, but it was like a baked duck, and then it had some sort of like sweet chili sauce on it. And at this restaurant, you wrap it up in like almost like a super long or like a super thin tortilla, and it was some of the best food I've ever had. It wasn't fried duck, but it was I think it was called pecking or Peking duck. But
It's a Chinese dish, it says.
okay, that makes sense. Turkey though, for wild turkey, every time I kill a turkey, which is not very often, I've killed like 7 of them. I like to take the breast and I like to cube it, like in almost like Chick-fil-A style nuggets. And then I like to batter those. And then I like to deep fry them into turkey nuggets and make like Chick-fil-A turkey nuggets. And those are really good. But so if I had to pick like wild duck and wild turkey, it would definitely be turkey. But if it's Peking duck, definitely Peking duck. But that's probably not what he's talking about. He's talking about the different stuff.
He also didn't specify, so.
Zach said, let's go spot and stalk some hogs with the bows. Jake doesn't like bow hunting, man. He's more of a gun hunter these days.
Oh, I'm just not in Texas, or I'd have been like, hell yeah, brother.
Zach's been, he sent some pictures the other day that he was smacking some pigs like, on a draw hunt with a shotgun. That's the way to kill a pig. Pigs, you can kill them with shotgun AR. I just like shooting them with a bow. There's something fun about shooting a pig with a bow. I think it's because when you hit them with a bow, it knocks dust off of them and you realize how dirty of a creature they are. When they run off, it's like
a bullet will do that too, a little bit
faster. Yeah.
I don't know. Every time I've walked over there at Simmons is looking for him, can't find him most of the time. I usually have my AR, and I just think it'd be so fun to get super close, and there'd be like 2 big ones and 12 piglets or something like that, and you're just sitting there just pop, 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 pop.
Laying into them. It is fun. Were you with me when I killed those ones with a thermal? That one, it was like only one with a thermal.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was Peyton. I think, yeah, because we were shed hunting. That's what it was. We were shed hunting with Jesse, and he let me take his thermal out on a field and shot a pig. It's pretty sweet. I think thermal hunting them is super fun.
I think thermal hunting in general would just be fun.
Yeah. $1 bucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Thermal drones and thermal scopes, baby. That's all you need to kill a big buck.
ESPN 379 said, "What's the most beard you've ever had on a turkey you killed?"
I've only killed one with my bow, and it was 9.5.
The first turkey I ever killed was a triple bearded Jake. So does that count?
Triple bearded Jake.
It was Jake. So like first beard was like 3, second beard was like 1, third beard was like 1, and they were all, but it had 3 beards. So that's cool. Biggest turkey I've ever killed was like a 11 and 7/8, I think, almost 12. Jake Ayers took me and called in that bird for me. So that was cool.
Nice.
Okay. Zach said they sound like a pumpkin thud. Yeah, thump when you shoot a hog. Hunter said, "Why hasn't Peyton been on the pod recently? Stop the Carol hate."
I mean, we tried to do an in-person one this weekend, but he didn't want to stick around for an extra 45 minutes while we finished up. So could have been one.
So here's the thing, Hunter. You're going to realize this about content creators. There's people who hunt all the time. There's people who just talk about it. We're the second one. Carol's the first one. He hunts all the time, so he doesn't want to get on the pod. He was doing working for a guide service called Crane Wreckers, and they were doing a bunch of sandhill crane hunts this fall out in western Oklahoma. So he was actually living out there, so living on like a Starlink Wi-Fi and killing cranes and duck hunting and that sort of stuff. So he was out there doing the real big boy stuff, and we were back here talking about it. ESPN 379 said, "Definitely counts. I've killed a 4 bearded Jake. Last year I killed 5 bearded gobbler. In total, I had 47 inches worth of beard."
Dang.
That's like what we were talking about earlier with the fruit by the foot beard, the guy that rolls one out and it's like 40 inches long. That's awesome, man. I'll ask you this as we kind of like wrap up here. Do you think if you would have grown up around really good turkey hunting, like most properties that you had permission to had 4 or 5 gobblers on it, like toms, do you think you would like it or be more interested in it?
I mean, if I had places to go, like easy access where it wouldn't take an arm and a leg to like.
No, I'm talking growing up though. Like if we, instead of fishing in the fall, like we used to go do, or sorry, in the spring, like there were turkeys gobbling all over the place. Do you think you would have been more interested in it as an adult?
I mean, I would definitely have more turkey on the wall, but like that's just the thing. I don't know. I would assume it would be like a bigger part because hopefully I would still have better access now, but like it's hard to say. I don't think so because I've killed 1 turkey and I'm like the only time I would want to go back is if it would be, almost a layup, like a gimme. But again, I've only killed 1 elk and I would crawl on my hands and knees through shards of glass to be able to kill another one. So it's like there's 2 different things there. So
yeah,
probably no.
I tend to think I would. Like I think if you grew up around something and you do it a bunch, you tend to either like kind of stick with it. But then again, I grew up fishing a bunch, so did you, and I don't fish at all really now. And it's, but then again, I think it's also a limited resource, like it's a limited time resource thing. Because if you just woke up and you didn't have to make money and you didn't have to have any responsibilities, be like, what am I going to do today? Fish or hunt or shed hunt? I would just do one of those activities. But I just don't think there's time to be passionately involved in every single thing, like turkey hunting and then spring bear hunting and then fishing and got a 20. And you do know guys that do that, and there's one word that you call them. It's divorced. You know, the guy that has a bass boat and gets to do all that stuff and I don't know. It'd be
No,
really
it's
hard.
one word. It's called happy.
Happily divorced.
Yes.
Just kidding. That's sad.
No, but I mean, if I drove by and seen some strutters out there at Simmons's or something like that, I would probably try to plan a hunt. But unless it's that, it's like kick rocks.
Yep, I agree. Mason B43 said, anyone know Christian's big brother? I don't have a big brother. I've got a little bitty brother. Preemie brother. Mason. Hunter Simmons said, divorce is all it takes to hunt all the time. Yeah, man.
As long as you don't have a child yet.
Exactly. Okay. I think that's all the comments that we got.
I think it's a good time to wrap up. Little 55-minute pod.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. You got anything else for him? Any housekeeping items?
Yeah, always got housekeeping. Guys, go support the people that support us. If you guys are listening to this after the fact, maybe you weren't able to jump on the live this week. We will be around next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you missed this one,
CST, come see us.
7:15ish, whatever, Central Standard Time. So if you missed this one, and you want to maybe contribute to the next live, that's where and when you can find us. But after that, guys, go support the people that support us. Numa Outdoor Gear, VPA Archery, Out on a Limb, Tacticam. I think that's about it. But you got anything else?
No, appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll catch you guys next Monday.
Jesus loves you.
Bye.